Hey y'all, welcome to the vlog. Say hi, honey.
Hey.
Y'all can probably hear our GPS in the background. Hubby and I are actually on our way to...
on our way to greatness.
On our way to greatness. We're on our way to this reproductive biology associate. It's supposed to be one of those, kind of like a fertility clinic.
It is a fertility clinic.
Oh, it is a fertility clinic.
It's exactly what it is.
It doesn't say that in the names.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not eating apples, kind of a fruit. Right, come on.
Whatever. So basically, my insurance was like, the next step is going to be IUI. We don't do that. So here's a recommendation to this other fertility clinic that does do it. So I was able to call them, set up an appointment. It's taken like forever to get it.
What's the name of the company? Reproductive
Biology Associates. Yes. I can say that, right? Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, so we're on our way for our meeting. This isn't necessarily our consultation. We're meeting with a nurse, basically.
We don't know what it is.
So the doctor's not going to be available until like May 4th is when they said. So we have an appointment with the doctor on May 4th. And then today is March 6th. Today's March 6th, so we're meeting with the nurse. So basically, just to kind of catch you all up on what's been happening, in January sometime, my mother-in-law was like, you know, why don't you all basically just kind of put a time on it before you start trying to, basically, when we were talking about, you know, conceiving naturally, so she was like, why don't you put a time on it so that, you know, you pray about it and, you know, let God know if it's not done by this time, then we're going to go ahead and start trying to move on with the next steps medically. And then, you know, obviously if it's not God's will, then he's going to block it and, you know, it's just not going to happen. But at least we can, you know, be moving. Faith without works is dead. So we need to be putting our works in, you know. So we did that. We did that from February 1st until March 1st. And the whole thing was that, you know, if I wasn't pregnant by March 1st, then we would go ahead and start taking steps towards getting the next medical step, which is the IUI, according to the doctor, because they said that when it came to ovulation, I'm ovulating on time. The tests that they did, they were all fine. The only thing is just the motility with the sperm. So he said that the next and best step for that will be IUI. So in the time that we were waiting to see what God was going to do, we were trying to get the appointment set so that way, you know, basically, if I was pregnant by then, it would be my first pregnancy appointment, or if I wasn't pregnant, then it would be the consultation for, well, the meeting with the nurse, I guess.
We still don't know if you're pregnant right now.
Yeah, we don't, I mean, I had my cycle, what was it, last week? The week before? My cycle ended sometime last week, so...
Last week?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, it was the week before last.
My cycle ended sometime last week.
What do you mean? You know, the first day of your cycle is your period, so... That would suggest
my period ended sometime last week.
You would know better than I do. I don't know about that.
I think I texted you. So anyway, I should have been ovulating. Actually, I should have been ovulating sometime last week, from what I'm
probably
because last week was our anniversary.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All
yeah. So I should have been. Man, GPS. So I should have been ovulating sometime last week. So that'll tell you when my period ended. So it probably was actually like a little over a week ago. But so you never know. Maybe the ovulation did stick. I would only be a few days pregnant, but I hope they can test for that stuff. Especially I'm up here paying a copay.
Now the thing is, like, the significance of this is that. So I was on Facebook the other day, and what happened was the picture came up. That picture was the picture that we took before we found out we were pregnant. Today is actually the anniversary of the last time 2 years ago she was pregnant. Actually,
tomorrow, March 7th was when
that's when you found out, but you were pregnant right now. You know, by the actual 2-year mark today. So it's pretty significant. We didn't plan it.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
We didn't plan it. So it seems like it's, I don't know, man. It seems to be destined. So we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully.
So yeah, we'll see. It's either going to be us finding out that I am pregnant, like super early on, or it'll be us kind of starting the next steps toward our John baby, our miracle baby. So I'm excited. You know, I'm sure that the procedure is going to cause some pain from what I've seen, and especially with my low pain tolerance, but you know, I'm also confident that at the end of the day, it is all going to be worth it. So that's what I'm most excited about. And you know, even if we don't get pregnant from this cycle, at least we know more about what God is doing. You know, maybe He is trying to get us to get pregnant naturally. It's just not the right time. But at least we'll know. That's the biggest thing. At least we'll have a little bit more. At least we know that we did what we could. You know. So my lips are all chapped, y'all. That's how you know. But yeah, honey, how do you feel?
Feel good. I mean, it's been a long time coming. You know, this procedure is not 100%. Don't ever think any procedure is 100%. No surgery, no medication is 100%. This does not mean we have control over the situation. All this means is that we have another means of getting it done. So, if it gets done, first try, bless God. If not, keep trying it, and we just see what happens. Other than that, it's out of our hands anyway. That's it.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I literally said it.
Okay, y'all, so I'm not entirely sure how this whole whatever. I'm not entirely sure how this little fertility clinic thing works. I'm sure we're not allowed to record. So
No, if you ask them, sure you can.
maybe. We'll have to see. This is our first meeting though. They're gonna be like,
maybe we have to be friends first, you know, with the doctor and the nurse.
So I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just gonna leave the camera. But and then we'll try to update you all after we're done. So we're almost there now. We're actually running late because we live in Atlanta and Atlanta traffic. Yeah, I called her and she was like, all the patients are late today. I was late today. I was like, dang. That's how you know it's raining. You can probably hear that too. Hear my windshield wipers working extra time. But it's raining in Atlanta, which if you've ever been in Atlanta when it's raining, you know that that's a disaster. And if you've been to Georgia, we're actually going to Marietta, which is where the doctor's office is. We live in Norcross, so we're already almost like 30 to 50 minutes away from. That's a long gap.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
We're already like 50 minutes away from the place. Mind you, then you add in the extra traffic and the rain. Ugh. So yeah, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get this appointment done, and then afterwards we'll give you some updates. So excited!
So excited!
I'm so excited! BRB. Hey y'all, so we just got out of the doctor's appointment. We got so much information. It's still like processing in my head, like she was telling us all this information about the IUI and about IVF, just talking about what our next steps are. Right now we're in the car on our way. We're trying to go to work because, you know, we're trying to have a kid and all, so we need to push and get those extra hours, get that extra cha-chang-chang, especially for after the baby's born and for the treatments, because boy, did we get some numbers today. So basically, what we have to do, we both have to have some more testing done. He needs to redo his semen analysis. I need to redo my anti-malarium test.
You need a bunch of blood work.
I need to get an SHG. So previously I had an HSG. Now I have to get an SHG. Moving the uterus, sonohistogram. But what's it called when you move around the letters in a word? Alliteration.
I don't know.
No, that's not what it's called. That's not what it's called. Anyway, funny though. But and then I have to do a bunch of blood tests. Like literally, she gave me a whole paper of like all the blood tests that they have to do. Just to make sure everything is good. We took a bunch of tests last year, but you know, that was last year. So we got to get everything updated so that way when we have our actual appointment with the doctor on May 4th, right? Yeah, May 4th, then all the testing is done so that then we can start discussing the treatment plan. So that's what that next appointment is going to be. Until then, on the first day of my cycle, I have to go ahead and make an appointment at my local doctor's office to get my blood work done and to get the SHG scheduled. Those have to be done between the second and third days of the cycle.
But the HSG doesn't have to be done until... SHG doesn't have to be done until the 6th to 13th day in your cycle.
No.
Or 6 to 11th.
I think it was 3 to 5 or something like that.
I got the notes. And she
well, anyway, we got the notes apparently. So
we're going to review it later.
Yeah, we have to review it. Basically, so once the first day of my period comes, that's when I got to get all that work done. And then after we get all the tests done, they're supposed to just send them directly to the clinic, the fertility place. And then on May 4th, that's when everything's going to come together. The doctor's going to review all of the tests and the results and everything, and then excuse me, then we'll discuss our treatment plan. So, so much. So basically what the doctor was saying too was that, so in order for us to be able to do the IUI, he has to have at least 10 million motile sperm.
Very, like, absolutely.
Very, like, active, like, good sperm. At least 10 million or above. So, and if he has that, then we can go ahead and proceed with the IUI, and it's more likely to be successful. The way his numbers are, or they were that at the last test, it wouldn't, the chances would be too low for us to waste our money on it. So if he gets his sperm test redone and it seems like the numbers are good enough for us to have the IUI, then we'll go ahead and proceed with that. If not, if they're not high enough or good enough, then we have to go ahead and consider taking the IVF route. IVF, especially like price wise, there's like such a difference for us between the way that my insurance covers things. So IVF is already more expensive than IUI in the first place.
But then I think another thing necessary is we might make a video explaining what an IUI is, what an IVF is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are watching that don't know. They're like, what is all these letters? Like, I don't know what that means. So what we'll do is we'll go on we'll do probably 2 videos, in-depth understanding of what an IVF is, what an IUI is. We might even have some diagrams, some pictures and stuff. Like a whiteboard or something.
We'll see.
Look like a teacher.
We'll see about that. But yeah, so that's kind of what our options are now. Right now, like I said, we're heading. First of all, I need to go get something to eat because I'm hungry. And so now this is another thing. The doctor said I can only have 8 ounces of coffee now, like a day.
Compared to
a day.
Tons of coffee you used to.
Okay, I didn't drink tons of coffee, honey. I didn't have tons of cups. Only when I was on my period. And when I'm on my period, I deserve to have nice things. I deserve to have coffee. I deserve to have all the coffee.
That wasn't the only time you drank
on my
coffee.
period. Okay, but I'm specifically talking about on my period. I deserve to have literally just like a giant container of coffee with a tube that can go into my mouth, feeding me coffee. That's what I deserve.
Baby or coffee, you choose.
So, but now, period, like even off of my period, even on my period,
8 ounces.
8 ounces
a day.
What is that even?
Very small.
Do they even sell an 8 ounce at Quick Trip?
Ooh, I think they do.
I think the lowest is 16, bro.
Nah.
Sure.
I think the lowest might be 12.
Sure about that?
Yeah,
I think it goes like 16, 32, 64. So
I need gas.
it is such a sacrifice, but it is a sacrifice that I'm definitely willing to make for our miracle baby.
We're babies because
We're babies.
IVF, maybe.
But decaf. See, because the thing is, I like cappuccino, and I just like the taste of it. I've had decaf before. I like the decaf. The only thing that I have is that the decaf I have to order online. I have yet to find it in the store. So in the store, pretty much all I see is regular caffeinated. So that's why I keep getting regular caffeinated cappuccino. You know, cappuccino to me, especially the French vanilla, it just tastes like yummy hot drink, vanilla drink. Chocolate.
It's literally like chocolate water with sugar.
Like that. The reason that I drink so much of it is because it doesn't taste like caffeine. It doesn't taste like coffee. You know how coffee tastes.
Coffee
Let me tell you something.
Sweet,
coffee is nasty. You don't want to have more than 8 ounces a day anyway, because coffee is usually nasty. unless you got some good. Yeah, you have to add like a bunch of sugar, a bunch of creamer,
but
and
that's
especially
where the caffeine really
if you have specialty creamer. So, but cappuccino is like. Most of the time you can hardly tell that it's coffee unless you get like the kind from Starbucks.
Oh my god, you can hardly tell it's coffee because it's full of sugar.
No, I don't know.
That's literally what makes it cappuccino. You mad? You mad.
Anyway, so at least I can drink decaf. So I'm pretty much just gonna have to like go on Amazon and stock up on decaf cappuccino, which also sucks because it's only an add-on item. So I would have to buy something else in order to buy. Grrr, now I'm playing. So I'm gonna have to try to get like as many as possible to last me, because I like to have warm drinks. That's just the kind of girl that I am. I like to have cappuccino. I like to have tea. I'm not really in a hot chocolate kind of phase right now. You know, sometimes I go through my different phases.
That sounds good right now.
What?
Hot chocolate. You can get away with hot chocolate. It's like cappuccino.
I mean, yeah, I can drink as much hot chocolate as I want. It's just chocolate, hot chocolate. But I'm not really in a. I'm I'm not really in a hot chocolate cravings kind of place.
Anyway,
right
bro, let these folks go.
But anyway, yeah. So my my Instagram posts are gonna be very decaf filled. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't have any other like dietary restrictions or anything. Just making sure that we get those tests done. Now, when I do the IUI, the nurse said that as long as my anti-malaria, my ovarian reserve, as long as that number is fine, she doesn't really think that I need to have a medicated IUI. I can just do it straight up. Like, I don't need to have no injections or anything. So we'll see about that once we get the results from all that stuff. But yeah, so I think that's about all I've got for now. I'm so hungry. I'm just like, and we have to go home and like process, well, actually go to work and try to process everything that happened today. It's good because it's a Tuesday, so you know, once we're finished with work, we're pretty much done for the day.
Can we get there?
And yeah, I hope so, because it's 11:22 now. I get off at 5:45. He gets off at about 4:30, between 4:30 and 5. So we can at least get a few hours in. It's not much, but you know, at least every penny counts at this time. You know, we collecting our pennies for this IVF IUI fund. So gotta go and put that work in. But anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna keep you all day. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our journey. We really appreciate your support. It means so much to us, especially going through such a, like, I wouldn't even say it's scary, but it's just like untouched waters. So it's so great to have like all you all giving all your support and everything. Just make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to hubby's channel. Ooh, I'll put the link in the description, Lord willing.
You guys actually put the link in the description.
I do. No, your link is automatically in like all of my descriptions, even in videos you're not in.
Oh, the auto upload default.
Kind of, yeah, sure. But anyway, don't forget, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And don't forget, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Lord willing, I will see y'all next time. Oh, did you want to see my shirt? It says dance, sing, praise, live, love. And then at the bottom it says, as long as I live, I will sing and praise the Lord God, according to Psalm chapter 104 verse 33. Wow, there's your daily inspiration. Lord willing, see y'all next time. Baby.